Hey there. Okay, so here's tonight's homework. You have, I think it was 8 problems. Yeah, that's 8 problems. First question. The mass in kilograms of an ice chest is shown in expanded notation. And here it is. Parentheses 1 times 10 plus in parentheses 3 times 1 plus in parentheses 6 times 0 in 1/10 plus in parentheses 1 and 1/100. What is the mass in kilograms written as a numeral? So we want to know what it is written as a number. So I'm going to go ahead and let me expand this out. Show my work, and we're going to need to bubble it in properly. So I know that, first of all, what is 1 times 10? Okay, it's 10. So I'm going to write 10 here. Plus, what is 3 times 1? 3, very good. Plus, and you see this decimal point and this whole number above here, I'm just going to be putting a decimal point because this breaks it up between the decimals or fractions and the whole numbers. So remember we said on the decimal, that first place value to the right of the decimal is the tenths. So I know that 6 times 1 equals 6. There's my decimal point and 0, so that's 6/10. Plus 1 times 1 equals 1, then my 0 and my decimal point to represent 1/100. Now I'm going to put this all together. One way that you can do it is just stack it. I have 10 plus, and here's my decimal point, 3. Here is my 6/10, and here is my 1/100. And then I can just add. So that's 1, 6, bring down my decimal point, 3, and 1. So that's 13 and 61/100. So if you couldn't see it, that's what you could do. Another way that you can do it is taking this part right here and place it in your place value chart where you have 10s, 10 ones, or 10 10s, I'm sorry about that, 3 1s, and you're just putting that plus, and then you have 6/10 and 1/100. So now you have the 10 plus 3 is 13. That's going to equal 13 and 61/100. So you can place those right there into your place value chart. And if you can see, let me see if I can shrink it just a bit. There you go. So there's the whole picture there. So I'm going to place it here. See my decimal point here? My decimal point here. To the right of it, I see 61. I'm going to place that there. To the left of it, I have a 3 right next to that decimal, and then the 1 working myself out. The best way to make sure that you've marked it is to match your decimal points. Everything to the right, place that down. Everything to the left, starting with the 1's place, start placing those in each of the box. Once you're done, and you have to, this is a must, not an option. This is a must. You must put the number in first before you bubble. So now I'm going to bubble in. That's 1, 3 1s, and my 6/10 and my 1/100. And that's what your homework should look like. Let's go to the next one. A temperature in degrees Fahrenheit is shown in expanded notation. 9 times 10 in parentheses plus 4 times 0.1, which is 1/10. How is the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit written as a numeral? Remember, numeral that we saw up here means number. That's in standard form. Then we're going to record the answer and fill in the bubbles. So this means to record. You're going to record it first, then fill in the bubbles. So what is 9 times 10? 90. Plus, remember you have your decimal point and your whole number. I am placing my decimal point up there to remind me that that's what's going to be. And then I have 4 times 1 equals 4, and 1 decimal spot right over to the left here. And so it's going to be 90 and 4/10. So that's what I'm going to put, 4, 0. And I don't have to have that 0. That's optional. If I just wanted to put that in, I can do that. 0, 9. But I do need to have the 0 for the ones place because that's for my representing tens. So now I'm going to bubble 9, 0, 4. I can keep it like that, and that's fine because 40 hundredths is equivalent to 4 tenths. Or if you want to feel comfortable, you can bubble in it. Either or, that's your option. All right, let's look at number 3. This table shows the times it took 4 runners to finish a race. Which comparison of these times is not correct? Okay, so I'm going to take the first one. This is saying that I have, and I'm going to start up here, 20 and 3/10, and then it has 20 and 35 hundredths. If you want to, you can just write is less than. So let's see, this is going to be a 0 there. This is equal, equal, decimal point, equal. Yeah, that's a true statement, right? So I'm going to put a T for there because I'm looking for the false. Not correct. If you want to, put false. So that's correct there. Now I'm going to take this one. It says that 19 decimal point 795 is greater than 19 and 8/10. So 19 and 795 thousandths. Is that true? So I'm going to write that out. Some of you that you're already getting it, that's great, but I still need you to show your work because you can easily make mistakes, and the mistakes are what we're trying to prevent. We want to make sure that you end up, all your hard work is paying off. So you have 19 and 795 thousandths, and then I'm going to put greater than 19. You see how I'm lining up the decimals? 800. Well, this is equal, and then that's not true because the 8 is greater than, so this is false. See how I just did that, and I'm helping myself out. I'm going to box that I want to hear, and it's like, no, that 7 is less than 8. And here I'll put 0 is less than 5, and so I use the right terminology. This is not true, so I'm going to put false here. And do you see how I did my work there? Let's go to the next one because I just want to make sure. 19 and 8/10 is less than 20 and 3/10. Okay, well, right here, 1 is less than 2, so this is a true statement. Next, I have 20 and 35 hundredths is greater than 19 and 795, and this is a 0, and that is a true statement because 2 is greater than 1. And so that makes it true. So the answer to this one then is B. Let's go to number 4. 2 numbers are shown. A number is between is missing. Which number can be placed in this box right here to show that the numbers in order from greatest to least? Okay. So what number can go in here? If we have 27 thousandths, so this is going to be, this is greatest. So this is the largest number. This is the smallest number. This is the largest. And this is the smallest. And I need to see, did you see what I just did? Is that crazy or what? Okay, sorry about that. And then this is the smallest or the least. If I put the 6 and 25 hundredths, does that work? No, because that makes it larger than that. So that doesn't work. If I put, and I'm going to write this out again. So this is false. If I put 6 and 27 and I put 6 and 27 thousandths and then 20 thousandths, because I'm just putting in that 0 as my hero. Okay, does this make it a true statement? All the 6's are equal, the 0's are equal, the 2's, okay, so this is going to be the smallest. The 2's are equal, so I need to move over to the next one, and the 7th, so this is going to be the largest, and then that's correct. So this looks very promising. If I put only 5 thousandths, that does not make it the smallest, does it? Now, can you see that? So that doesn't work. And 28 thousandths is larger than 27 thousandths, so that doesn't work either. So the answer is B. But do you see how much work I'm putting into this? That's what you need to do as well. It's important now that you show every detail so that your brain is processing all of this information so that you have that input and able to give output. All right, which inequality is not true? There we go again. I'm looking for false. Okay, I'm going to stack these 65 and 7/10 and 67 and 54 hundredths. I'm going to put 0 as my hero, and I'm going to write less than, because this is the less than symbol. So here, these are equal, and the 5 is less than 7, so that's a true statement. You see how I'm going step by step. Okay, let's move to this next one. Now I'm going to have 4 and 3 thousandths and 4 and 3 hundredths, but 0 is my hero, and this is going to be greater than. So this is equal. Well, look at this. 0 is less than 3. So does that match? No. So it looks like that this is going to be our promising one. Let's double check. Can you see that one already? I'm going to move this one over here. 26 and 4/10 and 26 and 48 hundredths. I put 0 as my hero. It says that it's less than. Is that true? Is 40 hundredths less than 48? So this is a true statement. This is false. This is true. I'm going to put false here, and I'm going to put true there. So I will keep track, because 0 is less than 8. And then let's look at this next one, 91 hundredths and 0 and 97 thousandths. Look at this. It says that it's greater than. So is 9 greater than 0? Yes, it is. So this is a true statement, and that's true. So we just now confirmed that B is the false statement, one that is not true. Let's go to number 6. Again, we have that comparison that is not true, and that is the false. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this out over here, 3 and 375 thousandths and 3 and 275 thousandths. It says that this is greater. The reason I want you to start writing it out, it gets you familiar with the symbols. That's so important. And then you can see it differently to confirm your thinking. This is equal. Is 3 greater than 2? Yes, it is. So this is a true statement. Let's move to this next one. 6 and 875 thousandths. This says less than 6 and 9/10. I'm going to put my zeros for my heroes. This is equal. You can already see that, right? Well, 8 is less than 9, so this makes it a true statement. Very good. I'm just going to write out the word true so I can see that. So we know that right now we have 2 true statements. Let's look at this next one. 2 and 65/100 is greater than 2 and 675 thousandths, and 0 is my hero. I'm going to start comparing in my ones. 2's are equal, the tenths, those are equal, so now I'm in the hundreds. What do I know? Well, 5 is less than 7, so that's a false statement. It's not greater than, it's less than. So H looks like it's my correct answer, but I'm going to do this one next. 7 and 675 thousandths and 7 and 700, not 700, sorry about that, 7 and 75 hundredths. This is equal, and it says that it's less than. Can you see that being true? There you go. 6 is less than 7. So do you see how much more that your brain is absorbing if you do it this way? Yeah, it took what? A few more seconds more so that you can confirm. So this is a true statement, this is true, and this is false. All that work, so I know that what I am doing is 100% accurate. Now, let's look at this. What is 64 hundredths rounded to the nearest tenths? I'm going to get my place value chart. You better have your place value chart too. I have 0 ones, you see my decimal point, and then 64 hundredths, rounded to the tenths place. So here, I'm going to the tenths place, going over 5 or more, add 1 more. Nope, it's 4 or less, so I'm going to let it rest. So it's just going to be 6/10 because it's said in the tenths place. This is where, if you need to, you get that yellow highlighter or a highlighter tenths, and you highlight tenths, and then the number in the tenths, because they all have to match. And then when you are over here, you're going to end in the tenths place value, because that's where you're going to stop. So now I have 0. So you don't have to put the 0 if you don't want to. 0 is your hero. You don't have to, but you're just going to place your 6 here. You don't have to put the 0 here either. That's your choice. So you can place the 0 or just leave that blank and then just bubble in the 6. Again, that's your choice. But you better make sure that 6/10 matches tenths, matches the 6/10 that you were checking, and then it matches the tenths here. All right, one more. Mr. Avalos, had 9 and 375 thousandths liters of paint. What is the number rounded to the nearest hundredths? I'm going to get my highlighter again. You can get a colored pencil or you can circle it. I want it highlighted so you can see it. I'm going to highlight hundreds, highlight that underlying number, and now I'm going to put in this number. So it is 9, there's my decimal point, 375 thousandths. Need to round it to the nearest hundredths. So here's my hundreds. Move over to the right, 5 or more. There's my +1. So I'm going to put +1. This becomes a 0. So 7 + 1 equals 8. Then you have your 3, and then your 9. So it's 9 and 38 hundredths because it's ending in hundredths because it told me. So this will then become 9 and 38 hundredths. And so this is the answer there. All right, that was it for tonight's homework. Please make sure that you have everything attached ready to go. Have a great night.